Graphing nonlinear functions. How are we going to graph nonlinear functions? Really easily. We are going to make a chart. Now these notes will probably happen within over a couple days. This will not be the only day that we take notes on this. But I'm just going to break it down for you. It's going to be pretty easy, I think. And I think your homework's going to be pretty easy. Everybody knows how to make a T-chart, right?
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's make a T-chart, then let's graph it. Okay, the only problem with the T-charts, the only difference is these T-charts are going to have 5 values. We're going to use our same values we've been using. What are they?
0, 1, 2.
We're,
Negative
1.
0, 1.
And then we're going to use a -2 and a 2.
Okay.
And it's actually going to be pretty easy.
Okay. Wait, we have to do T-charts again? Don't like.
Thanks for cluing into the notes. I appreciate that.
Yes, I don't.
That's some interesting. These are pretty easy, actually.
No, they're boring though.
Yeah, T-charts are boring.
Well,
They're
let's,
long.
let's fill this in. To do these T-charts so far, you don't have to do any math on paper. It's all done in your head. What is -1 squared?
-1.
What is -1 squared? -1 times -1 is?
It's -1.
Positive 1, thank you. It's -1 times -1. Multiply same sign. Positive every time. What is 0 squared? Shh. Ethan.
It's 0. I know this.
0.
Yes, I got it right.
I said
What is 1 squared?
1.
How about -2 squared?
4. Hey. Yeah.
And how about 2 squared?
Wait.
-4.
2 squared?
4.
Shh, I cannot take it.
Wouldn't -2 be -4?
No, check it out. Let me show you. I have a couple of questions here. There's too much going on back there. Cheerleader number 2. I can't take it. Thank you. I have a question out there that says, what is -2 squared? It's -2 times -2. What do you get?
Oh, never mind. I got it.
So when I multiply 2 negatives, when I square a negative, my answer is going to be positive every time. Right? So now we're just going to graph this thing. Super easy. But you're going to notice that there's a pattern in the way that it graphs. That's what we're going to start to be able to identify. We're going to start to be able to look at these and be able to know exactly what the graph would look like. I'm going to be able to give you a graph, and you'll be able to write this equation pretty easily. Ready? I'm going to go to the point -1, 1. So that's -1 on the x, 1 on the y. Let's put a dot there.
Wait, wouldn't it be -1 down and then 1?
Nope. X is always left and right, and so I'm going
Okay.
left
I
first
didn't
and
see
then
the
going
X.
right,
Okay.
and then going up. Next point I'm going to graph is what?
0.
0 what?
0.
0, 0, which is at the origin, which is right there. Next one?
1, 1.
1, 1. -2 puts me to the left 2 and up how many?
4.
So -2 puts me to the left, and then I'm paired with a 4, so it's to the left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, to the left 2, up 4. You can go about right there.
Then 2, 4.
And then 2, 4.
I think that almost makes like a base. Oh no, it's
So
an
it makes
arrow.
what we call a parabola. So
Like it's a normal face.
It's an arrow.
No, 2 I.
It's an arrow.
If
It's a
you
snout.
made a longer point, it'd be an arrow.
So here's what I want you to notice so far. The graph of x squared is a parabola facing up, right? Open on top.
What's a parabola?
It's this.
Wouldn't that be undefined?
That's a great question. He just brought up, wouldn't that be undefined? The thing with nonlinear functions, it is not a line. So actually, we cannot identify the slope because why? The slope changes, right? The slope is different between there and there. And when you take calculus, you will learn how to find the slope at very specific points, but we're not getting into that.
Okay.
Are we all right with that?
I'll learn calculus later.
Let's try another one. Let's try y equals -x squared
Excuse me.
and see what happens.
Um,
So how do we solve these?
T-chart.
T-chart.
-1, 0.
Negative 1, 0, 1, negative 2, and 2.
Why wouldn't we do -2,
We're having a
-1?
problem back there.
No.
Hey, this is day 2, it's not working for me. Here we go. T-chart it. Now this time we're going to square all of our values, but they are going to end up being?
Negative.
So what is negative 1 squared?
-1.
Positive 1, positive 1.
1. And what is a negative 1? It's a negative 1.
What?
Wait, how'd you get -1?
Because first I squared negative 1 and I got positive 1, but all of my answers are going to have a negative in front of them.
Oh no, that doesn't matter. Well, except 0. Then it'll just be 0.
0 is going to be 0. What's 1 squared?
-1.
1 squared is 1, but we're calling it negative. How about 2 squared? What's 2 squared?
-2. 4.
4, but we're going to call it?
-4.
And so what is negative 2 squared?
-4.
This one's going to be negative.
Oh, no,
That was negative 4. So, since it's a negative